Hello guys, and welcome to another video. My name is Ngalo J. J is for Justine. How are you guys doing today? I hope you're feeling blessed just like me. How much money do I need to have if I happen to win the DV Lottery 2024? That is a question some of you have been asking. In this video, we are going to attempt an answer to this question, hoping to the satisfaction of everyone. So it is very normal to be curious about the amount of money that you will need in order to obtain your DV visa. Permit me the repetition. All right, and we also know that the application process or the submission of the DV entry 2024 has come and gone. Now we are all looking forward to May 2023, when the results of the draw for the selection of the winners for the DV 2024 will be coming out. And some of you are already curious. You want to know how much money you need to prepare, or you need to start looking for, before the results even come out. So this is a very good thing. All right, so let's go straight into the cost number one. So the very first cost when you win the lottery is the cost of the passport. And the cost of the passport is for those who do not have a valid passport, international passport. For those who have a passport already, the only thing they need to do is to check at the expiration date. When is the passport going to expire? Because your passport needs to be unexpired, or it needs to be valid at least 6 months from the date of your interview. So let's say your interview is on January 5th, 2024. Your passport needs to be valid until the ending of June 2024. So that is as far as the passport is concerned for those who have. So for those who have a valid unexpired passport, the cost will be $0. So they are good for this one. Now, those who do not have a passport, they need to get one. They need to get one for themselves. And if you are a family, everybody in that family needs to get a passport. Even if it is a 1-day-old baby, he needs a passport. The price of passport varies from one country to the other. In Cameroon, for example, a passport costs about $185, which will be around 115,000 francs CFA. And this price is just the cost of the passport itself and the few documents that you need to take along to when you're going to do your passport. Now, there will be additional cost for those who live out of the city where they are going to make their passport, because they need to pay transport. Maybe they have to pay for accommodation for the few days that they are going to live in that city to make their passport. So these are the things that you need to consider when you are making down a rough estimate or a budget that you will need to obtain your DV visa. That is cost number one. Now, cost number two will be the medical fee. So every DV winner must make a medical examination, that you are going to run some tests before your interview. So going through the processes, when you have filled the DS-260 form, now when it's time for you to go to the interview, the KCC, that is the Kentucky Consular Center, is going to send you a notification letter informing you of the date of your interview, the place, and the name of the consulate or the embassy where your interview is going to take place. Now, in this notification, there is a link to the embassy where your interview is going to take place. When you click on this link, the embassy is going to give you further instructions that you need to follow to prepare for your interview. And one of them is medical examination. So you are required to schedule a medical exam. All the information, the different clinics are there because you need to go to some specific clinics. You don't just go anywhere to do the medical exam. And you get these clinics only from the official website of the embassy where your interview is going to take place. Now, when you call the embassy and make an appointment now, you need to pay the money for the medical fee. It varies from country to country. In Cameroon, it is about 150,000 francs CFA. That is the amount of money you will need. And this amount is for each individual. So if you're a family, it is going to be that amount times the number of people in that family or in that case. So that is for medical. Also, there will be additional costs for the medical too for those who do not live in the same city where the clinics are found. They need to put extra transportation costs and extra accommodation costs if it's necessary. So these are the costs as far as the medicals are concerned. Now, we have the third group of costs, but these ones are little cost, but we just need to know them, right? So this one is the cost for your passport size photographs, because you need to take some passport size photographs before you go for your interview. And you also need to obtain your police certificates. So the police certificate is a document that shows that you have never been convicted or you are not convicted of a crime. That is, you are not a runaway. You are not somebody that they are looking for in your country. And everybody who is above 16 years must get a police certificate from his country. And also, if you have lived outside your country when you are more than 16 years old, I would rather say that's if you lived out of your country when you were more than 16 years old and you lived in another country for more than 6 months, then you will have to obtain police certificates from this country or these countries. Let's take a simple example. I was living in Cameroon. So if while I was in Cameroon, I went to France to have my first degree, then I went to London to have my master's degree, and later I went to the United States to have my PhD. Please, it's just it's not reality, okay? It's just for example, for explanation purposes only. So I lived in France, in London, and in the USA for more than 6 months in this country. So I will have to seek or to ask for police certificates from these countries, and the one from my own country, then I'll take all of that to my interview. It may have some cost as well as it may be free of charge. So it really depends on the country. So you check to know about the conditions to get a police certificate from another country. But most of us, we never traveled out of our country of birth. Since we were born, we remain in the same country. Maybe we just travel from one city to another, and that was it. And the first time some of us had the privilege of traveling out is when we got our DV visas, and it was a very good experience, I assure you. All right, so that was cost number 3. Now, cost number 4 is the visa fee. So the visa fee is $330, and it's almost the same everywhere, but please always check with your local embassy or consulate to confirm this amount. But it's $330 per person. So if you're a family person, it's gonna cost you $330 times the number of people in that family. And also there will be some additional costs for people who do not live in a city where the interview is going to take place. That is where the embassy or the consulate is. So if you need to travel from your region where you are to go to another place for the interview, you need to put down these additional transportation costs and, if applicable, additional accommodation costs. So that is it. and everybody must pay for the visa fee before your interview even begins. Whether it's a 1-day-old baby, he needs to pay because he also needs a visa, right? Okay, guys, so this is what I gathered as far as the cost of obtaining a diversity visa is concerned. Now, after you have been issued your visa, the day you'll be going to, because they are going to give you an appointment, you come back later to pick up your visa. They're going to give you a packet, and then you have a paper on which they have written USCIS. So it stands for United States Citizenship and Immigration Services. There's a fee, so it's USCIS fee that you have to pay. So this fee is the money that you pay for your green card to be processed. So you have two options. Either you pay this money while you're still in your country in order to hasten the process for the production of your green card. So if you pay while you are still in your country, then they will start processing your green card. So that when you come here in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 1 month maximum, you may have your green card. But if you don't pay, you can still pay when you get to the United States. It's just that when you get here, before you pay, that is when they will start processing. So you see that it's going to take a longer time. All right, so I know that the amounts can be frightening to some of us, especially for people who have families, who have children. The amount when you sum up everything is going to be much. But there is, excuse me please, there is one thing I want to emphasize, is that when you win the DV lottery, please do everything in your power to obtain visas for yourself and your family members at the same time. When you obtain these visas, you must not travel on the same day with everybody. The only person that can go ahead and travel and go to the United States is the main applicant. That is the person who won. Then the other people can always join them, maybe some few months after, just making sure that you don't you respect the expiration date of your medicals, because the medicals expires after 6 months. So that is what is going to condition you to travel fast to get to the United States. If not, your medicals get expired while you're still in your country. So if you struggle and get the money and obtain visas for yourself and your family, then the main applicants now can travel to the US, and when you get to the US, you have your social security card in 1 week, 2 weeks. That's the advantages of having the green card or the DV, the visa through the DV program. You have your social security card, your number, then you can start working. So you start hustling like seriously non-stop to raise money that you can send for your family, maybe your husband or your wife and your kids to join you in the US. Okay, guys, so let's make a summary of all what we've been saying today. First cost is passport. If you already have passport, then it's zero cost for you. If all your family members already have passport, there's zero cost for you people. But if you don't, then it's the price of one passport times the number of people. And if you're traveling, you add the additional traveling cost. Number 2 is the medical fee. So it varies from country to country. In Cameroon, it's 150,000 francs CFA. If you are alone, that's the amount. If you are more, you multiply by the number of people in your family. Then you have little costs like the police certificate, money to take passport size photographs. Then another major cost is the 4th one, which is the visa fee, which is $330 for one person. Times, if you're alone, that's the amount. If you're a family person, times the number of people in your family. Please like, comment, and share this video so that it gets to all those that are in need in order to add values to their lives. Thank you so much for watching and remain blessed.